Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So for today's video, I'm actually going to be doing a pretty random video for like the first video on a channel. I'm actually going to be doing a video about my double jaw surgery experience. I did actually post a video on YouTube about this pretty much as soon as I'd had it done, but I ended up deleting that because I didn't really like the way it turned out. And I thought it would be better to do one now that I've completely recovered from it, so that I could talk about all the kind of after effects that I've experienced long term and also show kind of the result. I just want to say this type of video is not really going to be like what the channel is about. I've got loads of video ideas coming up of kind of fashion hauls, what I eat in a day, fitness videos, kind of what I do at uni, all that kind of thing. I also have an Instagram account which I'll link below, where you can go and follow and keep up to date with the things I'm up to and future videos, and also have your say in videos you'd like me to do or any questions and stuff that you have about jaw surgery. I will do another video about this, so if you can leave any questions you have down below, if you have any about jaw surgery or anything like that. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope this is useful for some people. This is the reason why I'm filming it, is because when I was about to have my surgery, I was constantly searching on YouTube for people sort of my age from the UK who'd had the surgery, and I literally only found one girl, because everyone else is American, and I definitely think from what I watched of the American experience, it is very different to the experience that I had in the UK. So I just thought this might be useful for some people, and also if you're just interested in this kind of thing, then carry on watching. Also, I want to apologise for the state of my nails. They are actually disgusting. They don't normally look like this. I've actually been doing some nannying, and yesterday we were doing Lego, and just trying to break apart Lego pieces has really like chipped all my nail polish off. So just ignore that and let's get into the video. So I'm just going to give a really brief kind of background into why I had jaw surgery and everything, just for people who might be confused. So I'll try and leave some pictures maybe here. If I can. If I can't, I'm really sorry. I'll try and include like a video or something of my before pictures. So basically, when I was younger, and I'd say I was probably in year 5, I went to the orthodontist. No, not the orthodontist. I went to the dentist, and they told me I need to go to the orthodontist because my top like jaw hadn't grown properly, and they were like, you're really underdeveloped here. So this part was really sunken back in my face, which I didn't really realise. And they also said your bottom jaw is growing too quickly and you're going to end up with an underbite. And I already had an underbite, but they were like, it won't be kind of fixed, it will get worse as you get older. So I had to be transferred to a hospital orthodontist, and I went there, and then I had various different procedure things done, not surgeries, but just like different retainers and palate expansions, teeth out, the whole works. And I was so desperate to get braces because at the time all my friends had their braces on, but I couldn't have them, and I had like fangs. It was terrible. But then eventually I managed to get my braces on, which was when I was in, I think, year 10, because I thought I was going to get my surgery in the summer holiday of year 11. And then turns out, because of the NHS and the funding and just the waiting list to have it done, I kept getting pushed back. And then it came about the summer of lower 6th when I thought I was finally going to get my surgery. And then I went to see my surgeon, and he said, I'm sorry, it will probably be another 2 years. And I was devastated. I was so upset, ran out of the hospital crying, because I just really wanted it done, because it was something I was so insecure about, because it's so noticeable, and I just wanted my braces off, and I felt like it was never going to end. And then my parents saw how unhappy I was about the whole situation, and they were really irritated as well, because it literally been sort of 4 years where every summer I thought I was going to have it done, and it was just pushed back and pushed back. So my parents decided to go private with it, which I'm not sure the exact costings, because my parents didn't really want to talk about that with me, but I'm pretty sure, I can't even really say how much. I would say probably maybe including the orthodontist, £7,000, £8,000, which I know is so expensive, and I'm so grateful that I've managed to have this done. My grandparents helped pay for it, and I will pay my parents back eventually for it in the future, but obviously I didn't have that money right now. So yeah, I managed to get mine done privately, and that was done in the Christmas time, just after Christmas. I think it was actually not just after Christmas, it was February of my upper 6th year at school, which was last year, or not last year because we're now 2021, but last year. I work academic year wise, I'm in first year at uni, it was last year. So yeah, and I was booked in for that. It was still the same orthodontist and surgeon, which was quite useful because then I still knew like them and what they were planning on doing, and my surgeon was really well reviewed, and he's got so much experience in doing maxillofacial surgery. So yeah, so I went to see the surgeon. We had so many meetings. Oh, I forgot to say, I also had a wisdom teeth removal surgery, which was done when I was in, I think, year 10, just before I got my braces, which was where they take your wisdom teeth out here, because it creates room so that when they do the jaw surgery to bring your jaw back, they can actually cut out the bit of bone, if you understand what I mean. So I had that done, and I took a week off school for that, because I was just really swollen. I didn't want to go in, and I thought that was quite like painful and everything, but it was quite different to jaw surgery, and I thought, oh, it would be similar, but I think jaw surgery is definitely worse, but it's definitely worth having it done. So yeah, for the jaw surgery, I was booked in for my surgery in the morning, which I was quite excited about, and then they had to move it to the afternoon at something like 3:30, which was irritating because it meant that I couldn't eat all day. And I'll insert the footage now of me that morning, just talking about it, and you'll be able to see the difference already in my face, but I'll insert that now. So it's the day of the surgery today. It's, I think, 6 something in the morning. I've already got up and done my hair, and then I've got my bag packed. Not got a lot in there, not very exciting. Just some things to do while I wait. Already feeling hungry, even though I'm not going to be able to eat all day, so that's not great, but yeah, I'll see you in the hospital. So I woke up from the surgery.
So here she is. She's just come out of recovery, and the surgery was a couple of hours ago, and she's got her nice cooling mask on, and she's feeling good. Not feeling that good. Do you want me to zoom in on you? Do you want a close-up? There it all is.
And I don't remember any of it really of the first day. I just remember I wasn't in pain, but I was just really confused because obviously you're under anaesthetic for so long. I think it took 4 hours, the surgery, because I had my top jaw and my bottom jaw moved. So the top jaw was brought forwards by 3 millimeters and the bottom jaw was brought backwards by 4 millimeters. And I also had the top jaw moved across slightly because I had a crossbite. But I remember kind of the day in the hospital wasn't very fun because even though I was private, I was put in a ward with other people who hadn't had the same surgery as me. And so everyone was kind of pressing their buzzers, which would then make all the lights come on. And there would be this like siren noise. So throughout the night, if anyone needed anything, they'd press their buzzer, all the lights would turn on in the room and a little siren would go off and a red flashing light. So it was quite difficult to sleep. And I just remember having so much medication given to me. I had a drip in my hand, which they would come and put the medication in. I was on morphine for the start, so I was pretty dazed out. Like, I don't really remember much. I think I tried to watch films, and I think I probably did, but I don't remember watching films. I was just kind of lying there existing. I also posted stuff on my Instagram, which was really embarrassing now that I look back at it, because I was posting some really weird stuff. So I would say if you're in this situation, maybe don't have access to internet on your phone, because you will be posting weird stuff while you're on the drugs. And I was also posting weird stuff onto my story, which I would never ever have posted normally, of just me and filming blood coming out my mouth and nose. That is one thing that I didn't expect. The worst thing was probably the blood. So obviously you're going to bleed. You've had cuts all through your jaw, but I was just profusely bleeding, which I'll insert a video of now. Trigger warning if you don't like blood.
Is that alright?
Yeah.
So they gave me a little suction thing, as you will have seen in that video, which just kind of sucks all the excess blood in your mouth, because I couldn't swallow it, and I didn't want to just like spit it out because I couldn't really do that. I didn't have any feeling in my whole face. So I had one of those like you get at the dentist, where you like they suck the kind of water, if they spray the water thing in your mouth. I had one of those, but also you have a constant nosebleed. So you get a gauze, but that's just constantly filling with blood. And anytime you move forwards, your nose and mouth bleeds. Anytime you stand up, you bleed. And you also need assistance to go to the toilet, which was something that even though I was on a lot of medication, I was still quite awkward about, because you're going with this nurse into the toilet, you're in a gown. They have to basically take your gown off for you to go to the toilet and give you a new one the whole time because there's blood on it. I think I was sick once, but I don't really remember it. I remember having a sick bowl and feeling nauseous, because obviously you're on really strong medication, which you're meant to line your stomach to have, but obviously you can't eat. And the first thing I remember eating was I had some ice cream, which was like my dad whipped and then put in a syringe and syringed into my mouth. And I'll insert the video of that here.
More?
Oh, so nice.
Really?
Yeah.
More? It's a winner.
So then after that, I was having like apple juice and stuff. That was all I could really have. They brought me, which was so bizarre, they brought me this whole spaghetti bolognese and like chocolate cornflake cake, which I was so confused about, because obviously I'm not able to actually eat anything because my whole mouth has just been taken out and re-put back in. And they brought me a bolognese, garlic bread and a chocolate cornflake cake, which was so irritating because I could see it and I was so hungry and I really wanted it, and my mum ended up eating it, but I couldn't have it, and I was saying, oh, I'm meant to be on a liquid diet. But yeah, that was interesting. So I stayed in the hospital for, I think it was 2 nights, I'm pretty sure, and then 2 days, and then I went home. So when I got home, I was still very kind of wiped out from all the medication, and I was just kind of having syringed yogurt soup. I'll do a separate video if anyone's interested about kind of my tips of things you can eat, things to relieve pain, all that kind of thing. But yeah, so I was at home and I was just kind of sleeping, but even when I was awake, I wasn't really awake because of all the medication I was on. But then the next day I had to come off the morphine and I was just on codeine, which is still strong, but not as strong. I still didn't have any pain. It was more just discomfort because of how swollen my face was. And I'll insert some videos here. I did film me talking about it, but you can't hear me very well, so I'm kind of discussing it here, and then I'll show you the video of me from that.
It's day 3. I didn't get to film much yesterday because I was just in so much pain. My eyes are burning, my whole face is so swollen. My nose has stopped bleeding, which is good. I just can't stop drizzling and it's so annoying. I managed to have some liquid foods. It's just really hard because I'm not hungry for anything. Everything's dairy really, other than sweets, so you can see it's got dairy in it, so it's just not appetizing. My lips are so swollen, I can't even close them. That's as much as I can go. But yeah, I'm hungry again. I slept until 3 and then went back to sleep at 4:30 and woke up at 8:30, so I slept okay.
So then the next few days went on and I was just profusely being sick the whole time. All the medication I was taking was obviously liquid forms of medication, and they were really like thick, horrible tasting medicines. So the antibiotics were the worst, because they aren't flavoured, because you're an adult, they don't bother to make it taste nice. It was disgusting, and you had to have so much of it, and just syringing this like really thick, like kind of off tasting yogurt into your mouth when you can't even really get it out of your mouth because you don't have control of your mouth. It just kind of sat there, and I would just throw up my medication, and then I'd have to take more because you have to have it in you. And I was just being sick the whole time, and it was horrible. And that's when it hurt, because obviously your jaw is only going to open a tiny bit to begin with. You have to build back the movement because you have no muscle there anymore. And it was forcing it to open. And obviously I hadn't really eaten anything, so there was nothing to come out. Sorry if that's a TMI, but that was just the reality of it. And one day it got so bad that I had to actually go back to hospital, because I was kind of having, not seizures, but I was like shaking in my bed, like having convulsions and just being sick the whole time. And I genuinely thought I was going to die. I thought, what is going on? And it turns out that I was actually allergic to codeine. So the whole time that I'd been taking this codeine like 4 times a day, I was actually allergic to it, and that is why I was being so ill. So I would really recommend that if you experience anything like that, immediately stop taking the codeine and just take paracetamol and ibuprofen, because to begin with, for your first 2 weeks, you won't even feel the pain because you're still so numb from the strength of the anaesthetic. So you could get away with just taking paracetamol and ibuprofen.
It's day 4 now. I'm just eating some cut up raspberries because I already need something solid inside of me. Last night I had to go to the hospital again because I couldn't stop being sick, but that was probably from the anaesthetic. But yeah, I'm quite hungry, so I'm trying to eat some more satisfying things. I think my swelling's at its full now. Hopefully it's gonna start going down. I'm still completely numb. Here at the bottom 2 jaws aren't numb at all. But yeah, I'm managing to watch some Netflix today. Yesterday I couldn't even watch anything because I kept just fainting. That was definitely the worst day, day 3. So hopefully today it's gonna be a lot better.
So throughout this, I had some meetings with my surgeon, like post-op meetings and things. And I was just so swollen. I don't think you even prepare yourself for how swollen you're going to be. And I think I really underestimated how long it would take for the swelling to go down. I was telling myself, oh, it's fine, 2 weeks, you'll be down, you'll be back at school, you'll be looking good, like everyone will see the transformation. And it is really true, you will not see the results until probably 6 months after, because I look back at photos of me now, even from maybe the start of June, and I had the surgery in February, and I'm still so swollen compared to how I am now. So it is crazy how much of a difference the time does make. I would say it got bad because my face, the swelling goes from down here to up here. So all like under my eyes was swollen and all around my nose, and I couldn't really see. And your eyes will burn because it's really weird, because of how swollen your face has gone, your skin kind of sheds and you get this weird like oil coming out of your face, and it goes in your eyes and it really burns. So you have to just constantly have eye drops in, and that's something that no one had even mentioned from their video. I also want to talk about the weight loss. I was there thinking liquid diet, you know, I've seen the show Insatiable. She lost so much weight from when she had her jaw broken, And I was there thinking, great, I'm gonna lose so much weight. So I ate so much bad stuff before my surgery, put on weight, had the surgery. I then did lose a lot of weight at the time, and I think I lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks. But what you don't realise is as soon as you start eating again, you will gain it all back. So it is not going to be your weight loss solution if you are planning on losing weight. As it is, you're going to have to just lose weight the normal way. Unfortunately, it is not a quick fix of thinking, oh great, after the jaw surgery I'll be really skinny. It just doesn't work that way. But yeah, that's just something to think about. Another thing that I thought would be useful to mention would be the fact that your nose will actually kind of change. And I was really worried about how my nose would change, and I said this to my surgeon. So he actually kind of did, I don't know if it classes as a nose job, but he did some work on my nose, like just kind of shaved the tip down, because your nose will go up more than it was before. And I didn't want like a pig nose. So he actually made sure he did that. And I think you should talk to your surgeon about the fact that you don't want your nose to change and you're concerned about it, and he will be able to do something. I'm saying he, it could be a she. They will be able to do something to help fix that. Also, your cheeks will get like higher. So it kind of looks like I have cheek filler compared to before, but I don't mind. But that's actually a nice positive that you will get from it. And your eyes will also change. Like, I don't know how to describe it, but my eyes just look different than they did before. And also your lips will change. So my top lip, it hasn't grown in size as in it's actually got bigger, but because of this jaw coming forwards and this one going back, before I was like that, and now I'm like that. So you can actually see my top lip. So your lips will appear to be bigger as well. And another really weird thing that it has changed is my voice. I didn't realise until actually recently when I was looking back on my laptop at old videos and photos just from years ago. And I had a lisp. Like, I didn't even realise I had a lisp, but I did have one. And it's something really weird because like I didn't even know I had that until now when I look back at it, and I'm like, wow, like I actually had a lisp, and my voice has completely changed to how it was before, which you might be able to tell from the videos that I'm inserting throughout this video. But yeah, that's something that's quite interesting. And also my singing voice has improved. So I did quite a lot of singing and like music stuff before. But yeah, it's actually made my voice better and like the tone of my voice better when I sing. So yeah, that's another thing that's quite interesting. That's a positive change from it. One other thing that I didn't see anyone else mention in their videos is you actually will have the worst pain is just in your teeth sensitivity. Your teeth will become so sensitive in probably the end of week 2. And that's because you're finally getting the feeling back around that area. And just brushing your teeth is so painful because I don't even know how to describe it. It made me cringe. It was like nails on a chalkboard, but like in your mouth when you brush your teeth. It was just such a weird feeling. And also your face will start to like creak, and you'll literally just be sitting there and you'll kind of hear it in your ears, just like, and it's like your face kind of coming back to life and all the bones kind of moving about, which is quite interesting as well. But no one mentioned that one before either. And also I'll insert a video in a bit of the bands, but I basically went to see my orthodontist for another checkup while I was in my recovery, and she gave me bands, and she'd said before you'll need some bands to kind of mold the jaws together so that they fit nicely. And I was assuming it would be one band there, but it wasn't. So as you can see from the video I've just inserted, it was crisscrossy bands starting back here, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, then the opposite direction, up, down, holding it together. And it was so difficult to put in because obviously your mouth's still swollen, you've got stitches everywhere dissolving, and just you don't want to mess about with pulling your face around. And it was such a difficult thing to use because the bands were actually so rigid. And I had to go to school, and she said, you need to wear them other than when you're eating. And I was just struggling to do it at school because in school bathrooms, like, it's quite difficult to try and do that kind of thing in that area with other people around, and just being in classrooms and having to try and talk and answer questions and no one can hear what you're saying because you're like but yeah, that was quite annoying. And you have to wear those though, because otherwise you won't be able to get your braces off. And I luckily managed to get my braces off earlier than I should have done, because I was going to uni and I said I want them off before uni, I'm not going to uni with braces on, and so she just let me have them off early. But yeah, that was really good. But anyway, I'm going to round up this video here because I don't want it to be crazy long, especially as I'm filming this now and then I'm going to be adding videos in between. But if you have any questions about jaw surgery, ask me anything in the comments or on my Instagram. You can ask about it there because I have a post of me post-op which maybe you could use to comment any questions, and I will answer those all in a separate video. But anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. I will be posting some more different videos other than jaw surgery, so yeah, subscribe for more and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!